Minister, in our meeting with the Central Bank last Friday, I asked some very direct questions about when the Central Bank had concerns, and if I specifically asked about a meeting that's supposed to have happened in 2005 between the regulator, the registrar and the board of directors, and to say we were stonewalled would be a fair description of with the lack of information we got back from the Central Bank. I want an assurance at the end of this process that we will have a full and frank outlay of all of the information and who knew what when, so that we ensure that the mistakes that happened in Newbridge and how this has been handled since never happened again. If mistakes were made in Newbridge, they were not made by the 38,000 ordinary members, and they were not made by the businesses in the town that have suffered at the lack of a dividend being paid into the community for the last 3 years.
Minister for Finance, 2 minutes to final reply.
There's always a difficulty in giving out information about financial institutions that are under pressure. And I think everybody from the community in South Kildare knows that there was a significant movement of deposits out of Newbridge Credit Union during the summer, and extra information would have fueled that further. So what I want to do today is to assure people that there is no risk to anybody's money in Newbridge Credit Union, and that the central bank, through the use of the special fund, will protect the savings of all depositors in NACE, and not just the depositors below 100,000, but all the depositors. And they have given those guarantees coming out of August, and that stopped the movement of deposits out. So while it's regrettable that deputies weren't given full information, the provision of full information to the public would have made matters worse in midsummer. And there is a real difficulty in NACE, and I think you will revise your opinion, Deputy O'Farrell, when you get the full information, when the confidentiality clause imposed by the High Court is removed and you actually have the full information. I'll certainly cooperate with the deputies. I'll give you as much information as I can, and I'm delighted to be in a position to meet the local committee tomorrow in the department, and I'll be as frank as I can be with information. But I want to assure everybody there's a real difficulty. It has been taken in hand. It's going to cost the taxpayers an awful lot of money, and it's the first big credit union to be in difficulty. Now, you all have the reports on the credit union movement. By and large, the credit union movement is very sound. There are over 400 individual credit unions, but there are about 30 that have difficulty. And the credit union and the central bank and the regulator of credit unions are moving systematically to ensure that one of the finest institutions we have in the country is secured not only nationally but at all its branches.
Thank you, Minister.
By one intervention or another.
That concludes